Hi everyone and welcome back. In today's video, I'm taking you to Niagara Falls on the American side in New York. I'll show you what the falls look like from the United States side and some of the best views around Niagara Falls State Park and what you can expect if you're planning a visit. So let's go and see Niagara Falls. We parked a little bit away from the main area, so we had to walk for a few minutes to get to the park. On the way, we saw this cute vintage style trolley, which is Niagara Scenic Trolley, and visitors can use it to get around the park and stop near different attractions and viewpoints for just around $5. We decided to walk, so let's keep going. And now we're finally getting closer to the waterfalls. One thing you notice immediately is how loud the water is. Niagara Falls is actually made up of 3 waterfalls: American Falls, Bridal Veil Falls, and Horseshoe Falls. American Falls and Bridal Falls are on the United States side, and Horseshoe Falls is on the border between the United States and Canada. There are several places around the park where you can stop and see the falls from different angles, and if you come here, be prepared for some mist, especially when you get closer to the water. As you can see, there are a lot of people here. Everyone is stopping to take pictures and videos for TikTok or Instagram or for YouTube, as in my case, especially around the main viewpoints. And from the American side, you can also look across the Niagara River toward Canada. Over there is the Canadian side, and it's famous for its wide panoramic views, while here on the American side you can walk very close to the falls. So the experience is a little different from what I've heard, depending on which side you visit. There's also a lot of nature around the park. You'll see trees, walking paths, green spaces, and lots of birds. And yes, the birds definitely seem very comfortable around all the forest. It's a nice area to walk around, and there are plenty of places where you can stop for a few minutes before continuing to the next viewpoint. We decided to keep walking around the park to see more of the area. I would recommend walking around instead of staying only at one viewpoint. The park is pretty easy to explore, and as you move around, you get different views of the river and waterfalls. There are also signs around the park that help you figure out where you are and where the main attractions are. And if you don't want to do all the walking, you can always use the trolley we saw earlier. Now we're getting another view of the falls, which is actually Niagara, from what I could read, is actually the oldest state park in the United States and has been welcoming visitors since the 18,000s. The park itself Niagara Falls State Park is actually the oldest state park in the United States, and it has been welcoming visitors since the 1800s. The park itself is free to enter, although you may have to pay for parking and for some of the attractions. One of the most popular attractions on the American side is the Cave of the Winds, where you can get much closer to the waterfalls. There's also an observation tower that gives you another view over the Niagara Gorge, so if you're planning a full day here, there's definitely more to do than just stop for a picture of the falls. And here you can see some of the boats getting close to the falls. You can take a boat tour from either the American or Canadian side. The boats take you right towards the falls, and everyone gets one of those famous rain ponchos because, as you can imagine, you are going to get wet. We're going to continue walking around and show you a little more of what the park looks like. There are plenty of walking paths. If you're coming during the busy season, expect crowds around the main viewpoints, especially when the weather is nice. I would also recommend wearing comfortable shoes because you'll probably end up walking more more than you expect. And keep your phone or camera ready because there are good photo spots pretty much everywhere. You can also see how close some of these viewpoints are to the water. That's one thing I really like about visiting. You're not only seeing the falls from far away at several points, you're right next to the river and very close to where the water goes over the falls. So if you're deciding whether to visit the American or Canadian side, just remember that they offer different views. And of course, if you have enough time, you can always visit both. And that's our visit to Niagara Falls, New York. I definitely think the American side is worth visiting, though I've heard the Canadian side is better, especially if you want to walk around the park and get close to the waterfalls. There's plenty to see, the views are great, and you can easily spend a few hours exploring the area. So if you haven't watched my Toronto video yet, check that one out too. I've leave the link for you. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.